Hello, friends, and welcome to a new episode of r/IDontWorkHereLady. Today we have 3 great stories, and the first of them. Work here? I don't even shop here. I'm a truck driver. I got a load delivering to a Costco store, which was weird because I usually only deliver to their distribution centers. Thank the F for Google Street View. Anyway, I arrived, parked my rig, and went to go check in. A random employee let me in through the receiving door and told me to wait right there while he went to get the manager to sign for the delivery. I don't know how it is at other stores, but for the location I was at, after going through the exterior door that said receiving above it, there was a desk counter thing immediately to my right. The inside of the receiving dock was immediately to my left, and there was a large open area where the pallets are temporarily stored as they're pulled off the truck before being sorted for wherever they're being taken. There was a walk space of about 4 or 5 feet behind the desk counter and then a wall. I'm pretty sure it hid the staff break room. I could see around the walled-off area into the Costco back storage area. Between the storage area and the open area for the docks, there was an open space that led into the store proper. It had a bright yellow chain draped across it, and a plastic rectangle in the middle presumably said something like employees only or authorized personnel only. After about 10 minutes of bored staring about, I pulled out my phone and started playing Scrabble. I just managed to land fakir on a triple word score when I heard that irritated tisking noise I usually only hear from non-smokers when I'm choosing to poison myself in a public area. I glanced up and looked around but didn't see anybody in the immediate vicinity. I went back to my game. Half a heartbeat later I hear, "Excuse me!" I glanced up, idly wondering if maybe the manager had finally come back to sign for the damn delivery. No joy. Since there were no employees looking like they were ready to sign my stack of paperwork and tell me what dock they want it backed into, I went back to my game. Again came a louder, "Excuse me!" I finally triangulated the sound and saw a wild Karen standing just past the chain separating the store from the dock. Unfortunately, she noticed me see her. "You know you really shouldn't be on your phone," she smarmed at me like some sort of patronizing kindergarten teacher. "There's customers out here who need your help." I looked down at my t-shirt, then up at her, and just shook my head. My t-shirt was black with a screen printing of a Peterbilt, and it read, "My parents told me I could be anything, so I became a trucker and an a-hole." "Not my problem," I replied. "I just need you to check back there for a random who's it I never heard of. Now put your phone away and help me." I rolled my eyes. "I don't work here. F, I don't even shop here. I do all my bulk at Sam's." She turned fluorescent red, and for a moment, I thought it was because of embarrassment. "Nope." "How dare you cuss at a customer? Give me your manager now." My inner demon, never really on a leash to begin with, grinned maniacally and took control. I gave this B-word my biggest crap-eating grin, spun around, said, "Hey, you numb C-word, F-witted butt hat. I'm OP's boss. I understand you have a problem, but I can't possibly give a crap. I drove 600 miles to deliver a 53-foot trailer full of all the crap you buy here, only to get cut off, honked at multiple times in the parking lot while navigating to this store's craptastic dock. My patience has been exhausted for the day, and your idiocy is not making my life any easier." I wasn't yelling at her. I was talking loud enough she could hear me. I was still standing next to the desk counter thing. She'd taken several steps toward me, straining the plastic chain. Her eyes were bugged out. Her face was freaking purple. "How dare you? I'm a paying customer." I quit listening and just let screech. I'm sure she was about to launch into a tirade for the ages, but I really didn't want to hear it. I took a couple of steps away from the counter, poked my head through the doorway of the walled-off area. My earlier assumption was correct. It was a break room, complete with some poor girl eating her lunch. "Hey, I know you're on your break, but could you get the store manager back here? I've been waiting quite a while for him to come sign for the delivery I got, y'all, and there's a screaming harpy yelling." "I already called him," the girl said, holding up her phone. "He's on his way." "Thank ye kindly," I replied and returned to my post. The woman was still screeching at me. I tuned out and ignored her, focusing instead on how to use the damn W and 3 effing Fs in one word. About a minute, maybe a minute and a half later, the manager finally arrived, and the woman immediately started in demanding I be fired, and how can he let his employees be so disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. I gotta give props to that dude. He managed to listen to her respectfully and de-escalate her down to just seething instead of apoplectic. When she finally managed to run out of steam, he told her that I didn't work there. Moreover, he was able to determine that whatever it was this C word was looking for, they were actually out of, and she'd have to wait for more to come in. Cue the wild Karen slinking dejectedly back into the store. Awesome manager dude then let me know to back into Dock 2 while scanning the barcode on my paperwork. He signed my copy and handed it back to me, laughing a little. He accompanied me outside and cut the seal on my trailer and explained what was so funny. Apparently, whatever it was that B had been looking for was included in my trailer. However, he'd had multiple problems with that customer in the past, so he was definitely not going to let her know. A happy ending to the story. Awesome manager dude let me park overnight at his dock since I was running low on hours and it was already 5 o'clock. The city I delivered to tends to run out of truck parking between 3 and 4. Hi, this is Susan with Cheatham & Howe. For a couple of years, I worked doing tech consulting and support, and one of the things you have to deal with when you're self-employed are sick days and vacations. I mean, you can tell your clients to F off and leave you alone, but they don't like it much. Luckily enough, I had a former classmate in a similar position, Valentino. I covered Val's trips to Europe, he covered my wilderness camping, and we billed each other. Fast forward 2 years. Val was still doing his thing and was now doing it with actual employees. I'd gotten out of the business and taken a 9-to-5 corporate job. So I'm sitting in my cubicle at work just before lunch when the phone rings with a call forwarded from my home number. You'd think for $16 a month the phone company could forward caller ID, but no. Me. Huge Corp, this is Technos. Caller. Hi, this is Susan with Cheatham & Howe. We're having a problem with our laser printer thing, LaserJet. Me. I'm sorry, who were you trying to reach? Caller. It's the one in Mr. Cheatham's office, so this is kind of me. Who are you trying to reach? Caller. Oh, sorry, this isn't Valentino? Oh, hell, I thought I recognized the name. It's one of his regulars, one I hated. Me. I'm afraid you have the wrong number. The right number is 810-5552. Can you go slower? Me. 8105. Caller. Thanks. I don't think much of it. Maybe I'll extort a beer out of Val next time I see him as a penalty for playing secretary. Off to lunch. When I get back to the office, my voicemail light is blinking. Hi, this is Susan with Cheatham & Howe. I must have written that number down wrong because... Message deleted. Hi, this is Susan with Cheatham & Howe again. If you could give me a call back at... Message deleted. Richard Cheatham here. Susan says she called you 3 times now and you're not answering. Give me a call back so we can discuss... Message deleted. Damn it. I call Val. Me. Val, I've gotten 4 calls from Cheatham & Howe today looking for you. Val. That's odd. It's been pretty quiet today. How the hell did they get your number? Me. You left it with them when you went on vacation years ago. Anyway, Mr. Cheatham sounded angry on the last voicemail he left, so Val, that's just great. Thanks for the heads up, and ignore all their calls for the rest of the day. Thankfully, there was only one. Hi, this is Susan with Cheatham & Howe. I'd just like to apologize for all the calls we made to you today. I just spoke with Valentino, and he informed us you haven't worked for him in years. Once again, our apologies. Have a good day now. Val bought me a bunch of beers the next time I saw him, and that was the end of it. Or was it? 6 months later, I arrive at the office to a blinking voicemail light. Hi, this is Susan with Cheatham & Oh, crap. Sorry. Why does everybody at the Adidas outlet think I work at the Adidas outlet? For work in the spring and summertime, I wear a polo and whatever pants I feel like, typically chinos or cotton, 5-pocket trousers that resemble jeans. I wear sneakers, and I like to wear Adidas because they're what I find to be comfortable, but only toned-down shoes that look less sporty since they're for work. 2 or 3 days a week, I travel from Pittsburgh to Morgantown or Wheeling, West Virginia, about an hour trip one way. Along the way, there's an outlet mall I'll stop at for 20 minutes or half an hour just to see what they have on sale, and apparently everybody shopping at the Adidas store thinks I work there. Everybody. In their defense, I wear headphones while I shop in the store, and I do wear Adidas shoes, but I look nothing like the people working there, and the shoes I wear for work do not have a visible logo or 3 stripes on them. For comparison, imagine a guy with gray headphones in both ears, a pastel or vibrant red or blue polo with a Brooks Brothers golden fleece on it, feel free to Google that, khakis, and plain navy blue canvas shoes. Now imagine 4 people in black and white wearing Adidas lanyards with name badges, a black 2-way radio on their hip with a single earpiece, Adidas t-shirts, and only Adidas t-shirts, never a golf polo, never anything with a collar, sometimes track jackets, and typically black jeans or track pants. All of these articles of clothing have giant trefoils or 3 stripes on them and the word Adidas plastered all over them. They look a lot like my middle school and high school gym coaches, but only ever in black, white, and gray. I'm not exaggerating when I say nearly every time I go there, a suburban mom, dad, or teen asks me if I have a certain size in something. They walk up to me, staring down at a box of shoes they're holding, and go, can you see if you have this? And I always cut them off with a stern, robotic, I don't work here. It's bizarre. It only happens at the Adidas store, and it always happens at the Adidas store. If there are other customers shopping, they'll ask me for something. The craziest time this happened was around the 4th of July sale they had. It lasted a week long. I stopped in on Monday or Tuesday coming back to Pittsburgh. It was only going to be a 3-day work week for me because of the holiday, so I figured I'd kill a minute and see if they had anything good. It was really busy. I walked in, looked at the styles, and immediately was approached by a mom asking something. I interrupted and said, I don't work here. She walked away. I go to the shoes, and within minutes, another mom starts asking me for a size, and I tell her, I don't work here. I have a few moments of peace browsing, and a teenager comes up to me and starts stammering through his request for a different size in the shoes he was holding. I tell him, I don't work here. He says sorry and walks away. I'm about to leave when I tell one of the employees about my dilemma at his store and that it just happened 3 times. He agrees that is strange, but he doesn't seem too invested in the conversation because, obviously, why would he care? We chat about a certain style I liked, and he offers to check in the back for me before I go. As soon as he steps away from me, from about a quarter of the way across the store, a woman scanning the room locks eyes with me and with a single finger, in a Hulk Hogan-like fashion, points directly at me and enthusiastically begins to shout, I need, and I shout back, no! I don't work here. I didn't even have headphones in this time. She just looked away and continued to scan. The employee who'd completely missed the interaction returned to tell me he didn't have the shoes, and I tell him it totally just happened again. I got to get out of here. Thanks for checking. And the end of the story is that it still continues to happen about once every 2 weeks. Every time I stop at the outlets on my way home, every time I go to the Adidas store, somebody thinks I work there, despite not having any of the markings of an employee. People there look trendy and leisurely, and I'm dressed like I'm going to set up your printer at your cubicle. I'll sometimes stop at the Brooks Brothers outlet in Brooks Brothers clothes with the Brooks Brothers logo on my chest, and people there never confuse me for an employee. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you soon.